Hello, in this tutorial I'm just going to show you how you can use the new Gradebook Live feature in Zondle. This is a part of the Zondle Plus suite. The idea of Zondle Gradebook Live is that you can use it to monitor your students' progress actually in real time as they're playing in the classroom, so that you don't have to come back to the gradebook afterwards to see how they've been doing. You can actually get an idea right now in class how the students are doing at any one time. And it uses the colour scheme to give you a graphical representation as to who in the class is struggling and with what topics, so that you can focus some of your attention to the struggling students within the class at that point in time. It also demonstrates the weakest questions that are being answered by the class as a whole, so that you can maybe pause the class using an all stop button, which freezes everyone's activity, so that you can focus on that question that everyone's getting incorrect all the time. So I'm going to show you how that works now. And on our screen here we've got a teacher browser on the left hand side, and we've got two student browsers on the right hand side, and also the iPad in the window, because this is also mobile compatible. So I've logged in as a teacher on the left hand side, and the first thing that you need to do as a teacher is to open the Gradebook Live session. The Gradebook Live session is only visible to you for as long as it's open, so the moment you close it, it loses everything. When you first come in, you need to click on Gradebook Live, and that will bring up the Gradebook Live feature, and you select your school, and then you select your class, and then you just leave it. That's all you do. You just sit there and leave it. You don't change anything, don't navigate anywhere else, just leave it as it is. I tend also to click this menu bar just to give myself a little bit extra space on the screen as well. And you'll see that in its first instance it's extremely dry. We've basically got the three students who are in this class listed in grey. Grey indicates that they haven't yet joined the session. Now I've created three dummy student accounts, and I'm just going to log in on the browsers. So the students now log in, and when they log in you'll notice that they appear as darker the moment they've logged in. Immediately they log in, they're connected, they don't have to do anything. As long as you've got your session open, when the students log in they will be registered with the Gradebook Live system. So the second student's now going to log in, and when they log in you'll see that they appear also in the Gradebook Live on the left hand side there. Now I'm going to get my iPad, and the iPad's slightly different because it remains logged in. So basically with the iPad, whenever they select something it starts their session. So this student has selected a topic, and I've just gone back to the main menu after that, and that has added them to the session as well. So that enables the iPads to join the session as well. So now that's it, the first thing we're going to do, I'm just going to, actually I'll just give myself a bit more space on these right hand browsers as well. So we've got two topics that are currently set to these students, and I'm just going to play French colours with this particular student first, and you'll see that it said this is Harriet Jones, the second student here, and I've just selected French colours. And if I just find a simple game here, you'll see that it says game selected, so you're getting feedback. Game start pressed, you're getting feedback straight away as to exactly what the student is doing within the games as well. Now I'm going to answer red correctly, and you'll see that it flashed at green on the left hand side. You get a little blob that flashes on the left hand side here, and that blob indicates that there's been some kind of action. It flashes green when the answer has been answered correctly. It flashes red when an answer has been done incorrectly. And it just gives you an idea of how active students are. If you see them not flashing, maybe they're not doing anything at all. So let's answer this next one incorrectly. And you'll see that that's now answered it incorrectly, and it's gone red. It's got a red flash. And it's got red text saying answer clicked incorrectly. And you'll see that in the weakest questions now we've got an entry here which is weakest questions, and it says French colours, which is the name of the topic, and green, which was the question, and it's got a red bar in there indicating that this has been answered incorrectly by a student. So now if we just answer that correctly, and then let's go on to answer black incorrectly. Oh, we've got another bar, so black has been incorrectly answered. Let's say they also click it again incorrectly. Well, that shows that they've clicked it more than once incorrectly, and you can see that now green hasn't been clicked incorrectly quite as many times, and so that's changed colour and become half the length. So this gives you an indication of just how many times an answer has been clicked incorrectly. I'm just going to carry on through now, and I'm just going to, oops, I've got that one wrong as well. And noir, and green. Okay, and then when the game has been finished, this student got 34%, and that shows up in here as a sort of deeper orange colour, because red would be 0%, green would be 100%, and amber sort of would be in the middle. So it's like a traffic-like colour scheme system. And if you wish to, you can click on that 34% there, and it'll show you the pop-up of detail that you would normally expect to see in a gameplay in the gradebook. So this is a way of getting to the data very quickly for a student when they're actually playing, so you can very quickly see exactly what happened during that gameplay just by clicking on that. Now let's play as this second player here, and I'm going to get everything correct. Well, I say I'm going to get everything, I'm going to do my best to get everything correct. So I'm going to go through. Okay, now I've got everything incorrect in that one, so we didn't add any more into the weakest questions, and you'll see that this student has got a green tile here, and again, of course, if I click on that, I would see the details for that. So that gives you a very quick idea of the current overall average progress for a student in the session, so you can then focus on that student if they're very deep red or amber. Now I'm just going to play a second topic in here. I'm going to play Places of the World, just so that you can see what happens when you add another one in. So say this student is playing this second topic now. They're just going to go through, and we're going to get that one incorrect, we're going to get that one correct, going to get that one correct, going to get that one correct. And now you'll see that you've got, this student has got 50% in Places of the World here, and you've got this second tile. So the more topics that get added, the more vertical columns you get, and so you'll get a patchwork of colours, which gives you an overall kind of feel for what's going well in the class and what is not. I'm just going to demonstrate that briefly on the iPad as well. So now if I kick off the iPad, I'm going to go to topics my teacher has set me. I'm going to go to French colours. I'm just going to use the quick quiz, and you'll see that we have the same feedback going on in the top bar here as well again. So, and you'll see that there that student has got 100% in the gradebook as well, and their score has been logged, so you can see exactly what's going on. So it works exactly the same way on the tablet or mobile device as it does on the main website. So that's all there is to it, apart from the one last feature here, which is the all stop button. And this is hopefully quite a useful one. This enables you to prevent your students from playing anymore for a moment, so that they can stop and listen to you. So all you have to do is click on all stop, and when you click on all stop, the game pauses, or whatever the student's doing just pauses, and they can't do anything at all within their windows. The same on mobile again as well. And then if you click on all start, it switches back on again. So you can just go all stop, excuse me guys, I want to talk to you about X and Y, all start, please carry on. And that hopefully will be a useful feature as well. So we envisage this Gradebook Live being carried around the room on an iPad, or maybe used at a central workstation. So this gives you a nice real-time way of knowing exactly what's going on in your class right now. I hope that's useful, and thank you very much.